This is Black Views, bringing you the Black news. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope that the Black family has been okay and doing everything they're supposed to be doing. So, today we're going to talk about a shooting that took place in Kansas City, where basically there was a young black man who was going to uh, basically pick up his siblings uh, and came across the wrong house. He was on his way. He had his mother's car. He was on his way to go pick up his siblings. She asked that he go pick him up. He knocked on the wrong address. I think he knocked on a terrace instead of an avenue. So it had the same address, but actually different um, locations. So one was a terrace, one was an avenue. Young man knocked on the door and was shot twice by an elderly man. Shot twice by an 84-year-old man, and his name was Ralph Yarl. Lately, as black people, we have been under attack, whether it be social media, whether it be decapitation, or whether it be by shooting. We're always under attack, especially the young people. In this particular situation, although the um, the parents, I believe, the mother and the father, they are from Africa. They are African descent. But there's always a story behind this because um, you're in that neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? So you're conducting business in that neighborhood. No matter what you're doing, when you're in a white supremacist neighborhood, you are under attack. You're being sought out to be for some type of accusation of something. You stole something. You're looking for something. You're looking to kidnap someone. And in this case, this elderly man felt that his life was in danger. Now tell me, how could he feel his life was in danger from behind the glass door, storm door? The young man stood there and waited for his siblings to come out. And as you know, as the elderly man approached, he took two shots. One shot went to the head, where the bullet stayed lodged for over 12 hours, according to the mother, and another shot at the torso of the body. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This young man shouldn't be alive. I mean, he took those two shots. He should not be alive, but miraculously he survived. And I want to tell you, like, this man being 84 years old, you can only imagine the terror that they put on African Americans during civil rights movements and beyond. 19, I mean, he's 84 years old, so you got to think he was born in the 30s. So he enjoyed, uh, you know, the sweet berry juice and honey of just being able to put your foot on a nigga's neck. And so what I'm going to do is I have the video here. I'm going to play it. This is CNN, and this is fair use. Thank you.
That Ralph Yarl was released from the hospital yesterday. Is that good news? How is he doing?
It's a miracle, Jake. Nothing short of a miracle. Obviously, he's still struggling, severe post-traumatic stress disorder, but he and his family are just happy that he's alive after being shot in the head.
Shot in the head, bro. These are children. A young man, and this elderly man actually said he felt his life was in danger. So you can just imagine he has no, he can't look and tell the difference if this is a child or a grown man. Just straight up, he's 84 years old. He has enough brain power, cognitivity to believe, to say those words. His life was in danger, and shoot twice out the damn window, out the storm door at a black person. So you can imagine the changes that they see up to now, where black people are able to do more than they were able to do in the 40s, 50s, and the 60s. To them, That is a state of emergency. That is an invasion of his whiteness.
Is he going to be ultimately okay? What's the prognosis?
The prognosis is that he's young and strong and he's a fighter. The fact that he has a lot of prayers that he hopefully will fully recover, but it's just the beginning now. He's not out of the woods yet. But the great thing is they said he was stable enough to go to his home.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Okay, and we have some more receipts. We got some other things here. Here's the picture of the young man. You know, I mean, just
The
just going
Kansas
to
City Stars
just happen to knock on the wrong door. Just imagine that. You go, you knock on the wrong door, and your potential to lose your life. Okay, there's some more receipts.
This morning, mounting calls for justice after a Missouri teen was shot when, according to his family, he simply rang the wrong doorbell.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
84-year-old Andrew Lester, the Kansas City homeowner who is white, is facing first-degree assault and armed criminal action charges for allegedly shooting 16-year-old Ralph Yarl, who is black. The high school junior went to pick up his younger twin brothers Thursday night, but his family says he accidentally went to the wrong home and rang the bell. According to the probable cause warrant for his arrest, Lester thought Ralph Yarl was attempting to break in and was, quote, scared to death.
There was a racial component to the case.
Clay County prosecutor.
Now, he says there's a racial component to the case. The man says that he felt his life was in danger from behind the storm door. Okay, so he shot out twice. He didn't see a weapon or anything. He just shot out the damn front door. Okay, now you have the district attorney. This is not called a hate crime. He say there's a racial component to it. See, if it's for anybody else, if you know, black people and other groups happen to cross paths, it's a hate crime. It's not just a shooting crime. It's a hate crime. This is being called a racial component. So you have to listen to the words and understand the words are different for different people. Let's go.
Zachary Thompson says Yarl never crossed into Lester's home and alleges he was shot through a glass door with a .32 revolver. Yarl told police Lester also said, "Don't come around here." Civil rights attorney Lee Merritt says Yarl was shot twice, including once in the head, after he was shot, running for help, knocking on multiple doors.
And then the third neighbor gave him instructions to put his hands in the air and lie on the ground.
The shooting garnered.
He went to three neighbors. The first two neighbors, there was no answer, or no one either wanted to be involved with it. The third one instructed that he put his hands on top of. Imagine this is a young man been shot in the torso and shot in the head. He's being instructed to put his hands on top of his head. Now, if you telling me that being black in America isn't just isn't a grave a problem to the world, you got another thing coming, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, and nor should anyone else. Let's go.
The attention of the nation, making headlines in Hollywood, too. Halle Berry and Viola Davis posting on social media demanding charges. Merritt also says President Biden called Yarl, inviting him to the White House. Relatives say Yarl is a marching band standout with dreams of attending Texas A&M for chemical engineering, and that his community is strong, his family thankful he's alive.
He's alive. I think that's the biggest message that I want people to remember, is that he is alive.
After you describe him being shot, what do we know about his injuries?
Yes, Hoda, perhaps no surprise. The family attorney says they're very serious injuries because, again, the family says that 16-year-old Ralph Yarl was shot twice. The first time in the head, they say, and the second time in the arm when he was on the ground. They say that first bullet left Ralph with a traumatic.
See, when we go to these communities and we want to be part of, you know, you want to be part of their society. You know, you want to hang around these white supremacists. You want to be, you know, you want to act like them, want to be like them, and want to enjoy their company. This is what happens. Okay, that wasn't a black neighborhood. All right, That was a white neighborhood. So I'm not trying to downplay it because this should not happen at all. But see, this what happens when you cross the lines. You over in their neighborhood, and basically him and his neighbors saw this black man as a threat. The neighbors as well, because he knocked on 3 doors before he was able to receive any type of assistance. And this is just right out in the front, racism. And it's picking up, guys. Okay, I haven't even got to decapitation of the young man. We're gonna get into that in another video. In this video in particular, it's shown that they are hunting us and that they see the youth of black people as trash, as garbage, not important. There's going to be people that's going to tell you, no, that's not how this is. That's not how this is. But it's very blatant. Remember, black people are a minority in this country. You have other people that come in as buffer class. Like this young man, I can see he's part of a buffer class. Okay, they're immigrants to this country. Okay, and they enjoy the fruits of the labor. Now, when they get around the white supremacists, they don't know better. They think that all these people are, they love them, and that if they act good and say good things will happen. But these people have no care for you whatsoever. They view you as black. So as though you want to go and you want to, and not all, I'm not saying all white people are white supremacists, but when you get into these particular situations, you can't tell which ones are and which ones aren't. And so you need to be careful. A 16-year-old boy, think about it. He's not even a man. A 16-year-old boy and this elderly man, I know he's elderly, but he's basically acting upon his his whiteness. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, he's 84 years old, so he's had a lifetime of supremacy where he was able to put a foot on a black person's neck. And so now he was coached into saying, my life, I thought my life was in danger. He was coached into saying this. He's 84 years old. He's going to tell it like it is, but he was told to say his life was in danger. So I want to say thank you. I appreciate your time. And for those young people out there, be careful who door you knock on. Be careful of who's in your surroundings. Please like, also share, and thank you for your time.